So today I'll be covering Panda series in Python. So the one that you're looking is Jupyter Notebook. So let me quickly create a notebook, Python 3 notebook in here. I'll just create one. This is where we're going to write our code and test it out. So yeah, the square one that you're looking, this is cell where you can write, single line code or multi-line code as well. And if you want to add a new cells, you can do that. And you can even rearrange the cells as per your need. And you can run individual cells at a time. That's about this notebook. So let me quickly give the agenda for today's session. So the agenda for today's session would be, we'll be looking into what is Panda and how we can install it, what is series, and then we'll proceed into creating a simple series variable. Then we'll try to see how we can print that series. Then we'll just see how to create a series with custom indexes. Then we'll see how to access any particular element in a series, as well as we'll just try to filter the series based on any particular condition that we pass in. How we can do that, we just look into that as well. Then we just want to verify whether an element is available in the series or not. Then we're just going to add the two series if we have any. Then we'll just see how we can assign names to series and its indexes. That is the broad agenda for this session. So we'll try to understand first thing, what is Pandas and how we can install it. So Pandas is a software library written for Python program languages for data manipulation and analysis. So it broadly provides with two key data structures, which are series and data frames. So in this session we'll be looking into series. So now, what is series? Series is basically a one-dimensional labeled array. So if you want to imagine series, you can just think it as like a column in Excel, right? We're going to have a column, like let's say a column A in Excel. That's going to look like series. And obviously Excel will be having the indexes, right? For each column will be having the row IDs 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So likewise, even the series will have indexes. And in this case, series can have indexes in numerics as well as character label. That's about series. Now let's see how we can install Pandas if you want to. So to install Pandas directly from here, you can just do this command of code, pip install Pandas. And now I'll just click on run. Now it's running up. You can just see it's just running. What it's going to do is, like, if our Python is not having Pandas library, it's just going to install. And you can see I already have it. So it's just saying requirement already satisfied. And you can see this is the first cell that we ran. And that's why we are getting one over here. That's about it. Now let's just try to see how to create a simple series variable. So yeah, so as series will be available in Pandas library, first we require to import Pandas. So what we're going to do, we'll just say import Pandas as PD. And then from Pandas, we want to get series as well. So from Pandas, import series. Okay, so this is the first line of code where we're just importing Pandas as well as series.
Just to add, the PD is just an alias for you to reference the Pandas library at any time you want. So if you want to take any particular function from Pandas library, so it's usually like library name dot function name. So you have to type pandas dot function name. So instead of that, if you give the alias PD, then you can just type PD dot the function name, just to make it easier.
Awesome. So now let's just create some simple series. I'll just name it as S1. So I'll just say S1 equal to series. And here we just require to give the what are the values that you want to have in the series. So series will just take array as an input. So I'll just how I'm going to give array. I'll just use square brackets, and I'll just say 10, 20, 30. So these are my series values. I'll just say that, and let me print it as well. Print S1. Now I can run it using here this option run, or I can even run it by clicking Shift plus Enter. Now it's just running now. Let's wait for it to run. Okay, there you go. Now we created a series, so we'll be having 10, 20, and 30 as our values. So you can see the values 10, 20, and 30. And so as we haven't specified any indexes, so it's just going to take by default indexes 0, 1, and 2. So the first column that you see is basically index, and this is the series values 10, 20, and 30. Any doubts as of now? Okay, then let's just proceed to how we can print a series. I'll just copy that. Obviously,
actually series is just function or what?
This one series is just like a data set where you can store array elements. I mean, just like a one-dimensional array with a numeric as well as alphabetical index.
Series, like normally in a pandas architecture, it is a data type. Okay, you can consider it as a data type, just like how you have integer, character, boolean. So series and data frames, you can consider them as data structures or data. Data structure would be a more appropriate word. You can consider them that. The word that Akhil just mentioned there, series, is an initializer for that. So whatever you can. It acts like a function, but there are two ways when we normally say series. So it's actually that function itself which is initializing that a set of values as a series, and the series itself, it is a data structure.
That's it.
So what is the difference between series and an int array, for example?
See, for example, list. So series is almost like a one-dimensional array. You can consider it as that. Arrays and all, they will be introduced in NumPy. There's another library. We'll get there. But if you are comparing with one-dimensional series with the more appropriate known data type, which is a list, right? So we will most be familiar with list. But the problem is, so this series and list, though they look same, one-dimensional data storage containers, sort of a thing, there is a lot that happens behind. List is not optimized in a way that it can handle data science operations or any manipulations. Whereas series and arrays in NumPy, these data science libraries in Python, they are very well optimized. So something behind backend, I'm not very sure what happens. But one main difference between these is they are optimized in such a way that all your data science operations will consume less time, and you will be more efficient in those operations.
Okay.
Just to add to that, right? If you compare the typically used programming or statistical packages like R and Python, you will observe that Python has a lot more nitty-gritties like this. You will have series, lists, arrays, and like Jagdish just mentioned, each of that data type is configured to work in a certain way. So some will be fast, some will be slow, and so on. Okay, so this is like, you can draw parallels to this with similar things in R, where you won't have that many number of nuances in the software. Okay, so that is because Python originally, if you see, it was built as a language for computer programming. Okay, so a lot of the things that we use in Python will be derived from those principles, unlike R, which was built exclusively for statistical analysis. So that's why you have a lot of nuances when you deal with data types in Python.
Hope that answers your question, Sanjay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just proceed on trying to see how we can print the series. As you can see, we have printed one here, where it's just going to give us like index as well as values. Let's say if you want to print only values itself, then in that case you can just say print the series 1 S1 dot values. Now I'll just run this command and you can just see the values are just printing out over here, 10, 20, and 30. Now, if you want to print index, right, then in that case, we can just say print S1 dot indexes. Now, if I print index, it's by default going to print it in range. I mean, you can see index starting at 0 and it stops at 3 and just having step of 1. So that means it just starts 0, 1, 2 because it says saying stops at 3, so that is not been considered. Now, if you want to directly print the index values itself, instead of like having it in terms of range, if you want to print it as 0, 1, and 2, then in that case, you can just say print S1 dot index dot values. Now, in this case, we're going to get the actual index values, whatever it is having, like 0, 1, and 2. Any doubts as of now, printing the series and their index, their values? All right, then so let's just move on to the next one, which is creating series with our custom indexes. So now I'll just take S2 and this is my series. I'll just take series, create a series with values, let's say 100, 200, and 300 by having index as, I'll just say, I'll pass an array. A is my first index, B is my second index, C is my third index. So 100 will be having A as its index, 200 will be having B as its index, and 300 will be having C as its index. And let us see by printing that series. We'll run this code. And now you can see we are basically having A as our first index for 100, followed by B and C. Any doubts or any questions as of now? So this is how you can create a series with custom indexes. Then our next one is accessing elements in a series. So let's say I want to access one element of A from series S2. Then let's just see how we can do that. I'll just say print S2 is my series and bring me of element A. I'll run that and you can see we are getting 100. Now let's say I want to bring element C. I'll just run this and I'm getting 300 as of now. So this is how you can access any element from the series. The same thing we can just do for the first one as well. The first one is just, let's say S1, we are basically having 0, 1, and 2 as our indexes. I'll just say S1 of 0, I'll run that and I'll get 10. Now I'll just do S1 of 2, I'll just run that and I'll get 30. So 10 and 30. So this is how you can access any element from the series. Now let's see how we can basically filter a series based on any condition that we have. Now let's say I want to filter this particular S2 series wherever it's having its value greater than 150. That is my condition. So my condition is if the series value, any particular element value is greater than 150, then get me those results. Now let's see how we can do that. So I'll just going to print my results and I'll just say print S2 series where my condition is S2 is greater than 150. Run that. And now you can see obviously 100 wasn't satisfied, so it's not printing that particular element. So 200 and 300 are satisfying, so it's just printing those. So whatever condition that we have, it just goes in here and just will be applied for S2 series.
I think can we put a condition on index?
Index?
Like you want to see only second index, something like that.
If you want to see only second index, then you can just directly pass in as index of 1, then it's just going to give you that particular second index itself. on that.
Actually, in series 2, you gave index as A, B, C. So what if you gave A or B? Will it show error?
No, it won't. So you just say A, and you run that. I'm just going to give that as well because we are having that labels as A, B, and C.
Okay, though we give numeric field, but still it takes even alphabetical also. Okay.
Yeah.
So if for A, if I give condition greater than 200, will it print nothing?
Sorry, if
Now if I put greater than 200 here,
Yeah.
just keep the A and put greater than 200. Will it print null or will it do
I think it's going to throw an error.
error? Yeah, that's what. So
Yeah, it's just
So you-
expecting a condition. So here A is a what you're passing it as a text field, right? And obviously text cannot compare with the numerics, right?
then S2 bracket A. So that will be the exact location, right? Look, exact data, right? So now
Yeah. Now if you run that, even it's just not satisfying.
okay. So we can only
Maybe should we give A1 A dot value?
No. Here, what are we trying to do is like we are trying to see in S2 series if this condition satisfies, then you bring those elements. So you are now what are you trying to do? You're trying to basically take one of the element that is A over here and trying to do that for all. So for B, we are not having A element, right?
No. I wanted to check that condition only for this element. Okay, that is not sensible. Yeah, because we are trying to print. Okay. And
Any questions or doubts as of now in here? Okay, then next let's proceed checking whether an element is available in the series or not. So now let's just take the second series itself S2 and we'll just see whether we are having A in it or not, element A in it. So we're going to print our results. I'll just print and let's see A is in S2. If it is in S2, then we're going to get true. If not, then we're going to get false. I'll just say run, and yes, A is available in our S2, so we're getting true. Now let's just say I'll say D and run it. So as D element is not available in S2, so we'll be getting false. This way you can check whether an element is in the series or not in any particular series.
will it work even if we put the value instead of the index?
No, it's just like element. Just try to see element. If you just
Okay.
100,
Index.
yeah, it's just going to give you false.
So 100, it is there, but even then, because it assumes it's an index, is not working.
Yes, exactly. What I meant by elements are like A, B, and C, and 100 is not part of those three, so it's just going to give us false because 100 is our value.
Okay.
Right. Then our next one is adding of two series. Let's see. So for that, let's create. First, let's add S2 with H2 itself. I'm just going to print my results, and let's say S2 plus S2. This so you can just add the series, general math kind of thing. So S2 plus S2. Run, and you can just see the numbers are getting doubled: 100, 200, 300, and now it's 200, 400, 600. So whatever element that is in the particular S2 series, we're just going to add that with the next series in this. So here in this case, S2 is we are adding S2 and S2. So it just adds A with A, B with B, and C with C. So that's why 100 plus 100 is 200, 200 plus 200, 400, and so on. Now let's just see. Yeah.
If the indexes are different in both the series,
Yeah.
then how it will match?
Then we'll just see. I'll just try to add S1 plus S2. As indexes in S1 are 0, 1, and 2, indexes in S2 are A, B, C. So let's just see what happens. Now we are getting all the indexes from S1 as well as S2. So first it's going to take 0's index and try to see it's 10. Now it will try to find the same 0th index in S2. As it's not there, so it's just going to give us as not a number. And similarly it goes for 1, 2, and 3, and so on. Now let's even see what happens if we find any partial index. Let's say if we have index 1 in some series, as well as the same index is available in another series, let's just see what happens in that condition. So let's just create some series, 2 series for us. So I'll just say create S3 as series, and I'll just say series, and I'll pass in 10, 20, and 30, and I'll create S4 series as well, and I'll pass in, let's say 100, 200, 300. I'll going to even have 4th element as well, 400. Now let's just try to add them. I'm going to print my results, so I'll just say print, and I'll just add S3 plus S4. Now let's see what happens in this case. Before that, let's just try to see how we are having S3 and S4. So I'll just say print S3, and I'll say print S4. Okay, now I'll run this. So first one, print S3, we are having like 3 elements in it with labels 0, 1, and 2. And S4, we are basically having 4 elements in it with labels 0, 1, and 2, and 3. Now, what is our next print is our addition of the two series, S3 plus S4. So it's just going to take the combination of the labels. So 0, 1, 2, and 3 are the combinations, and just going to add 0th element with 0th element. So 10 plus 100, 110. First element plus first element, 20 plus 200, 220. Third plus third, so second plus second, and third one, just not having third element in here, but we are having third element in here. So it's just going to add 400 with the not a number element, and it's going to give us not a number itself as out. Any questions as of now in doing this operation addition of the series?
So actually, is there any case like with series how to get the multi-dimensional array?
Multi-dimensional array, what do you mean by like two-dimensional array?
Yeah, 2-dimensional.
Yeah, that is our data frames where you can have it as a 2-dimensional table. I mean 2D2. And this one is just a 1-dimensional.
Okay, series is limited only for 1-dimensional.
Exactly, one-dimensional label array, and you can have it as a 2-dimensional is a data structure. Sorry, data frames. Now let's just see our last topic, which is assigning names to series values and its indexes. Okay, now I want to assign series names for S3 series, and now you can do that. Let's just say S3 dot name. I'll just say this is my series. This is the name I want to have it for S3. It's sensitive. Okay, then I want to assign even index names as well as S3 dot index dot name, and I'll just say my index. Now obviously we'll just print S3 to see whether those are assigned or not. And you can see we are basically having my index as a label for those indexes, and the series name is my series. This is how you can name or assign names to series and its indexes. Any questions or any doubts as of now? Okay, so in this session we have looked into what is pandas and what is series, how can you create a simple series, and how can you print different elements in the series as well as indexes. Then we have looked into creating series with custom indexes. Then we have seen how we can access elements from the series. How can we filter the series based on any condition that we have, and how we even see how we can verify or any element is in the series or not. And then we looked into addition of 2 series as well as assigning any names to the series and its indexes. Okay, that is all I planned for today. If you have any questions, please shoot them, or else we can close the session.
Are the names like aliases, or it's only for printing purpose?
No, only for printing purpose. Alright, so let me just save this as name and disclose state. Stop.